You're listening to the Trading Bear Podcast. This is episode 39, The Daily Show.
Mystery player. Position.
Midfielder.
Start price.
44p.
Current price.
£2.26.
PB.
6p.
MB.
0.
Dividend yield.
2.7%.
Welcome back, thanks for joining in. In the news today, Ronaldo's heir to the throne, Portuguese starlet João Felix, is a man in demand, but Benfica's president Luis Felipe Vieira has insisted rising star Felix will not be sold this summer, despite continued intense media speculation. Felix has now netted 18 goals for the Lisbon side, who currently top the Portuguese league, with his current contract containing a €120 million release clause. Felipe Vieira, though, is looking to increase that in the near future, stating the following. Right now, we are not interested in selling João Felix, and soon we will increase his release clause. I can practically say and guarantee to Benfica fans that no one will leave. I'm one of the biggest mentors of this project, and I will do everything within my power to ensure that no one leaves this year or next, if possible. Elsewhere then, in Serie A, another young prospect in demand is Fiorentina striker Federico Chiesa, with a bid around 75 to 80 million euros rumoured to be needed to prize him away. The good news for the linked clubs, namely Inter Milan and Juventus, is that Chiesa wishes to remain in Italy and does not want to move abroad. Inter have been thought to want to include a swap within the deal to decrease the gross transfer fee, but will be wary of who they offload after including Nicolo Zaniolo in a player swap with Roma last season. Of course, Zaniolo has since gone on to have a breakthrough season, both with the club and country. And lastly in the news today, former Barcelona president Sandro Rosell has been acquitted of money laundering after 20 months in prison. Rosell was Barca president from 2010 to 2014, but resigned after an investigation into the Neymar signing. In June 2016, Barcelona paid a fine of £4.7 million relating to Neymar's move from Santos in 2013. At the time, the club was accused of tax fraud, which it denied, and Rosell himself was accused, alongside his wife and 4 others, of laundering fees for broadcast rights to Brazil football teams' matches, as well as a sponsorship contract with Nike. Today then brings an end to those accusations. And we stay with Barcelona for today's riser. A slow burner this one, and it was only going to be a matter of time before his price reignited. And it's 21-year-old Spanish midfielder Carlos Alena. After scoring the first goal in Barcelona's 2-0 win away to 8th place Alaves, Alena rose 24p to take his price to £1.04, beating his previous all-time high of £1.03 achieved just before Christmas. Player that was nicknamed Young Maradona, who personally idolised Rivaldo and grew up taking tips from Xavi and Iniesta. This could be the spark he needed after a stop-start breakthrough season. Barcelona boss Ernest Valverde had this to say about him after the match. Alena is a player who gets into great positions and he has a good shot. Last year he was top scorer for Barca B, playing in the Segunda Division. In the first half he was a little reluctant to shoot, but the goal he scored is what we saw for Barca B. He arrived and finished really well. He's a midfielder who can organise play, he can turn, he creates, he played a great game and I'm very happy for him. So Vivaldi obviously pleased with his overall performance, and the job now for Alena is to kick on and increase his goal tally, making him further friendly still to the PB matrix scoring system. However, being PB and MB friendly isn't enough for traders some days, with today being an example of that. 4 out of the top 6 fallers today were premium players that demonstrate the very highest level of PB or MB. Pogba led the way with an 18p fall, followed by Neymar, who dropped 10p, and Hazard and Messi experiencing slightly more minor drops of 5p and 4p respectively. As always, a few weeks after a major announcement, in this case the media bonus announcement, premium players rocket on that announcement before spending the next few weeks gradually dropping back down to earth again, until they predictably string a few days of dividends together. Now, it's no coincidence that those traders with large portfolios, holding 2,000 Neymars or Pogbas, have had such huge dividend payouts. They buy premium on days like today, knowing full well that long term their prices will not only come back, but continue to rise as new traders join the platform. Then once prices rise astronomically again, small and medium traders are left wondering how on earth can they afford so many Neymars and Pogbas. The recent drops are that more bizarre given the boost in summer media dividends this summer. The biggest drop was Pogba's, and this was due to an outlet running a story that he's off to Madrid. You can guarantee that if any transfer did happen, it certainly wouldn't happen smoothly in one day, and it would generate days and weeks of media before the move was actually finalised. Next we look at our daily prospect player, a player who I feel could do well in the near future. For today's player we continue with another player that could further enhance his reputation at the upcoming Under-20 World Cup in Poland. Currently playing in the French capital for PSG, it's young French international striker Moussa Diaby. The 19-year-old has been grabbing the odd start and minutes towards the end of the current campaign, and with the league now officially secured, Paris Saint-Germain may well be tempted to rotate within their youth. Often starting games with just 5 named subs, perhaps Tuchel is trying to prove a point, whatever that may be. Nevertheless, the fact remains that Diaby is firmly in and around the matchday squad. Now if you're not too familiar with Diaby, check out my Twitter page @TradingBear1 for another excellent in-depth tactical analysis article from Total Football Analysis on Diaby's style of play and his strengths and weaknesses. As well as Paris Saint-Germain's upcoming league fixtures, Diaby is likely to be one of the main men for France and Poland at the end of May, with a few rumours also that PSG may decide to cash in on Diaby this summer, with his contract running out in the summer of 2020, as they look to revamp their youth setup. Let's have a look at some of your questions now. Today's first question comes via Index Gain, with Dan Jackknife writing, do you think Lyon will have a big sellout of their stars, e.g. Depay, Fekir, Ayor and Dembele? Well, Lyon's up and down form reflects the widely reported discontent and lack of harmony between the players and coach, as well as between the players themselves. Earlier this month, Fekir had to be separated from central defender Marcelo, while in a separate incident, former Manchester United player Memphis Depay had to be separated from fullback Ferland Mendy. Now there's no doubting the talent at Lyon's disposal, but the sheer lack of chemistry and togetherness is there for all to see, with Lyon recently losing at home to bottom of the league Dijon 3-1. With all this in mind, yes I do think they'll join the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and PSG in making large changes to their squad in the summer. I expect Fekir and Depay both to leave, with numerous clubs linked to both, Liverpool often being the main club linked to Fekir, with a return to the EPL also rumoured for Depay. Liverpool has also been linked with a move for the more centrally minded midfielder of Ayor, but I actually expect him to stay for one more season, along with Dembele, who most recently has been linked with a move to Spurs. The second question comes from the forum from the user HM84, who wrote, I'm 3 weeks into FI and so far have a return of 3% ROI. What do you think is a reasonable amount to expect at this stage? Thanks. Well, if you joined 3 weeks ago, then you would have just about hit the media bonus rise day, but then experienced several flat days, with several popular picks experiencing sudden drops due to injuries or transfer rumours. The likes of Kane, Cho and Hazard have all been victim to these drops recently. Of course, on the flip side of these drops have been many rapid rises, players priced between the 50p and the £1.50 mark. The likes of Ziyech at Ajax, Zaha at Palace and Malan at PSV being examples of this. So like all trading, it can always be better, but it usually can also be worse as well. 3% is a decent enough amount at this stage, HM84, and you certainly wouldn't earn 3% interest in 3 weeks at any high street bank, so you can always look at it that way should you wish. Football Index as a company have had a brilliant year, and I see no reasons for that to stop. I expect next season to be even bigger, with the marketing budget being tripled compared to that of this year, and as long as you continue to trade sensibly, expect that ROI figure to rise over time. And that's it for this episode. You can download and subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify and Podbean. Head over to the website to send in a question, tradingbearpodcast.com. Alternatively, you can find me on Index Gain or Twitter under the name Trading Bear. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for the Mystery Player.
Mystery player. Position.
Midfielder.
Start price.
44p.
Current price.
£2.26.
PB.
6p.
MB.
0.
Dividend yield.
2.7%.
Trading bear. Today's mystery player was Sporting Lisbon's playmaker, Bruno Fernandes.